Hi guys, how are you all today morning? Good morning. In this verse of Athavakra Gita, Athavakra says, when a person is scared of the tigers of sense objects, he or she enters the cave of the mind to seek control and consciousness. He or she is so scared of senses that he thinks that their senses are carnivorous tigers which will devour him or her. Now we will talk about this. Senses, etheric body. This etheric body is the second immediate layer after the gross body. The sense organs of the gross body give an outlet to these senses. Senses are quite powerful. There are 5 types of senses: to sight, hearing, smell, touch, and taste. These are given an outlet into the material universe by the sense organs of the gross body, which are 2 eyes for sight, 2 ears for hearing, 1 nose for smell, 1 tongue for taste, and the complete skin for touch. These are so powerful that they can distract anyone from the spiritual path who wants to become self-realized. Thus, people are quite scared of these sense and sense objects which are likely to devour them like tigers by making them addicted to sensual pleasures. Please remember, senses like money and electricity are good servants but bad masters. Never ever allow them to become masters. There is nothing wrong in your enjoying sensual pleasures, but the control to do so should be with you. Only then they will serve you well. If you allow senses to enjoy you, they will make you addicted to them. There are several cases where a person gets addicted to sensual organs and senses and thus becomes a slave of any addiction or any sort of sensual pleasure or object. There are people who are addicted to sex, to drugs, to alcohol, to tobacco. All these people are slaves of the same senses. Such people become very scared. They are not able to understand why God has given such senses to distract a person when God actually wants them to become self-realized. They are absolutely wrong. Actually, God wants them to be self-realized. But as you know, God takes some people into deep waters not to drown them, but to clean them. God wants that a self realized soul is completely clean of all material contamination. contamination. He has given the senses and the sense organs to a living entity so that he or she may enjoy them, but he or she should never become a slave of the same senses. Senses are only a means, not an end. A person who considers them the end goes down the drain and goes to hell. On the other hand, a person who enjoys them but does not allow them to rule him is saved from all practical difficulties in self realization. People who are scared of senses, which they see as carnivorous tigers out to devour them, get into the cave of their mind. That is, they become meditative, contemplative, and speculative and go into the universe within so that they can meditate and become self realized. It is done only by the new spiritual seekers who are new to this path of spiritualism. They are people who meditate. We belong to that category only. We have not come above them. We are also like them, but God says, don't be scared of senses. Just avoid it. When you need, you enjoy it. When you don't, you meditate. You be in yourself. God never told you to go into the universe to seek something. By meditating into the universe within, you can become self realized. First, you try to find out what you are. When you try to do that and ultimately succeed in doing so, you will find that the path towards self realization and Brahman has already been opened for you. This is one thing that God says we should do. Never allow the material universe or the material things to enslave you. You are independent. You are the soul. You are the self. Don't ever identify yourself with the mind-body complex. If you do that, you will become a slave of this miserable material universe, which glitters but is not gold. It is colorful, but it can suddenly become dark, and it may taste like nectar, but actually it may turn into poison in a jiffy. People who lust for others in the opposite sex ultimately come to grief, though they may enjoy the experience in the beginning. They may get excited, but ultimately they find that they have landed not in heaven but in hell. Kindly let me know what you think of my talk on this subject. If you sincerely feel that I am talking sense, please subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon so that I can keep reminding you of my other universe. Please feel free to tell me about your own priceless opinions, ideas, thinking, fears, doubts, quizzes, etc. because only then we can brainstorm with each other and come out with some theory which is acceptable and beneficial to both you, me, and our future generations. Please pardon me for any error or mistake in my talk on this matter in spelling, grammar, diction, appearance, etc. Because when I'm concentrating on something very important spiritually or materially, I tend to ignore these frivolous things. Till we meet in my next video, it is good morning from TSV Raghavan.